Hello, everybody. We're here. Susan's holding an owl.
I'm holding two, actually.
Yeah, Susan's holding multiple owls. We're here for the 4th Korea Cup of the ASL-Bacon Infinity Championship Series. Yeah. Trying to make sure all the sound is good before we go. Should probably check that a little bit ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Are they... Okay. Nado's in a custom game, so we can just join off him.
But we wanted, oh well.
The fancy.
Yeah. Oh, I may as well join.
Yeah. Okay, yep. So, since we have a fairly low turnout, and by that I mean like 3 players, since there's so much going on today. Okay, they're ready. So we're getting right into our semifinals between Nado and Tails.
You missed a really big build-up. I sat here for an hour watching the tournament countdown happen.
Ooh. So yeah, Susan had a big build-up on her own. I guess we should have streamed the countdown to the tournament. I mean, we had the bacon countdown, but that's not quite the same.
The top left and red, it's Nado.
In the bottom right, in the blue, Nado's teammate, we have Tails. And, you know, if this does come up, I specifically checked with Nado earlier about whether to call them Nado or Woshi Shabi, because they do have both here. 1, they said they don't really care, but 2, if anything, go with Nado.
And it is Nado, as in like tornado?
I think so. It was a text conversation, so like I didn't get the phonetics in there.
It's so weird that I get to be in this game.
Yeah, Susan generally staying in the lobby to do adminning things, but since this is her only match running right now,
doesn't matter.
She gets her own observer PC.
So looks like we're gonna have a Reaper expand. It's a very popular build these days.
Mm-hmm.
Tails gonna go for that quick Nexus, 8 into Nexus, or something cool.
Yep. Always got to follow it up with something cool. I think these...
Probably like Robotics with Twilight.
Yeah, probably Twilight to start, right? We'll see though. But both these players doing like probably the most common builds for their races. Gate expand and Reaper expand.
Well, it can go in so many directions.
Mm-hmm. Like for example, a second axe over here.
Exactly.
So not following it up with the 111 or the 111.
That probe. Just hiding out for a bit. Ooh, this looks like a proxy Stargate position.
Yeah, that probe is up to no good. Is that a Stargate or is that maybe a Robo?
It could just be, yeah, it could be a Robo. Or it could just be like Robo Gateway.
Or even just like additional gateways.
Additional gateways out that far would be a little intense.
Well, if you're gonna skip the Robo, you can just use it as the warp-in point, but it is gonna be Robo. So probably like what, 2 immortals and then a prison? Ooh. Maybe just 1 immortal and hit with the warp gate timing.
And then you got a couple more gates, either at home or some other weird place on the map. These team games or team games can get pretty weird sometimes.
That is for sure. And it's gonna go unscouted because that Reaper goes down. There's no real way of finding out about this. And there are those extra gates you were talking about. This is gonna get real intense real fast. And Nado, oh my god, he's gonna see
Did
it.
you see it? Maybe not.
No, he's
Maybe?
definitely gonna see it.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the pathing. Wow. That's awkward,
It's very awkward.
but it might not matter.
Yeah, it might just be too late. First
Go ahead.
First immortal on the way. We're gonna have to make some defense though. 1 bunker, a bunch of marines.
We're gonna need actually one long bunker. And at least control repair. Like these doctors, we can save. Now we have one of us here. So much damage.
Yeah.
Barrier does get I think that was auto casted there.
Yeah, I think it was just the automatic trigger. Observer gonna be here for the high ground vision. I'm surprised we don't see the mothership core.
I'm surprised we didn't see the Twilight go down at all.
Yeah, that's
Sort of
really
like
whacked into the point category. But yeah. And this wall is just gonna be ripped apart.
the supply on clock data. One soccer does go down, stand in out. And there's a siege as long as live.
Yeah, Stim in a siege tank is a pretty big deal. The barrier does get activated. He's going up the ramp.
You can just target down the siege tank, target down the marines, and then all these SCVs are gonna go down. I thought I saw siege tanks back there.
Yeah. I'm not targeting the marines, but taking a lot of SCVs. 31 to 13.
Well, one thing Native does have going for him is he does have double mule production.
Okay, yeah. But even though the base was lifted, it can still make mules. The depth follow-up is going to be really strong against these marines.
Yeah, Tails can just like shade in when the other adepts get collecting them together.
Oh, that's a nice spot on that observer. So it becomes a question of if it was worth it when you're this low on SCVs. Like,
Yeah,
every
I
mule
think-
counts.
I think that probably would have been a little bit better than usual, but clearly NATO thought differently.
I guess maybe it's an issue where Nado was really thinking about the potential of a big maybe like blank in or something like that. You know, anything that having the high ground vision would be great for. Oh, that's gonna get the combat shields.
Basically the first engagement actually. They got to play it out, you don't know what everyone has, and NATO basically did a counterattack here. Stalkers are supposed to be deflected as well as the mothership core. You just put another charge on that pylon. Did you see that go in?
The drop.
You must be.
It's not pick up.
There's
and
no
there's
way
only-
he's like back on yeah. Right. So this is gonna get cleaned up, and then basically everything in the main is dead as well. There's currently zero SCVs on the map. the CC is now. Drop the deal to repair it.
Yeah.
Or build an SCV really quick.
Looks like it's going to be the SCV choice, and then we'll get it repaired in time. But that's a really awkward feeling when you have to build your own SCV to repair your burning CC. That's pretty bad. That's one of those times where you're like, this is not
Right,
good.
so Nado has to make something more push here. There's a lot of adjustments on to it. Tails takes game 1.
Yeah, so that was pretty. That attack worked really well. That is how I'll put that one. That attack, well executed, really did a lot of punishing of Nado's like native Sim City being able to take out the depots, and then just sort of had good game sense to know that he could just walk up the ramp and kill that siege tank.
Yeah. So we're just gonna be okay.
Going
so
to
Nado
Frost.
is selected Frost. Why I'm writing this down?
Just to know.
It doesn't really matter since they're just kind of doing it live. Oh, looks like I get to find it. Excellent. It's fun.
Okay, they're ready. Cool.
Alright.
So getting into Frost. Ladder edition. Someday there we go. Someday we'll have to do a tournament of non-ladder edition maps. Just to mess with everybody. Like we could do Frost, except there's just like a giant lava pit in the center or something.
Okay. The top left, in the red, it's Nado.
The bottom left is blue. And got tails.
How do you feel about 4-player maps?
You know, I feel like there's a bit of an inherent issue with the whole scouting thing. I mean, I'm sure we're not the first people to talk about this, but like if you scout wrong, you're kind of screwed. Not screwed. I guess that's not the right way to put it. But you're at an inherent disadvantage. I don't know. What do you think?
It certainly makes for some interesting games.
I guess the real nice thing about 4-player maps that doesn't get talked about as much is the fact that like you have so many opportunities to hide things. Because like, for example, as soon as both these players scout each other, there's basically a 0% chance that they're gonna cross like this line. So they're like, if you want to hide anything on the map, you can proxy a building anywhere. You can even take like a ninja base, something like that.
Yeah, until like later in the game when before it can be taken.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So maybe I was being a little too bold with that statement. Anything like past here is not going to get scouted.
So Tails does get the luckier scout.
Yeah, not going to see too much, but I guess he's going to see the important thing of, you know, the fact that Nado's playing standard and not like, you know, doing proxy reapers or something.
This is also like the same build so far that he did last game.
Nado?
Yes.
Okay. And Tails is
Doing something very similar as well. It's robotics with the main.
yeah. Which I guess is a pretty big difference, but it's the same general style. Let's see if he wants to be aggressive again.
The scouting probe was killed, so if Tails wants to do proxy, he's gonna have to listen to at least one probe.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, is that not good? That's okay. Can't tell. Can't really see. Oh, that is a probe. He did send another probe. Wow.
Gotta be careful. Almost lose the first, but nice escape. I feel like zoning with the mothership core is one of those skills that's hard to appreciate, but
Yeah, because you have to actively move it like, all the time. If you just have it on attack this unit, it just follows it basically exactly.
you get to one hit off.
And but it will take a longer path.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you have to be like predicting where they're going to be going and try to cut them off, stuff like that.
But so this is also the same build used in the last, which is going to be scouted this time. And there's also not a proxy robo.
Yeah.
And the gateway hasn't been. No. The gateway hasn't been put down yet, so this is going to be a slow warp.
The slow warp is it's quite slow, a little painful, but still faster than actually walking across the map. I think I like keeping the robo at home because like really having that much closer really didn't that much help with the push. The push was mostly about like the stalkers, and there was what like 1-2 immortals in there.
I have some SUVs ready to repair immediately. Factory going down.
Yeah, factory.
That would be pretty weird if it didn't.
Yeah.
I guess I should have just been like.
It finally does go down. Takes a probe with it, but that bunker got busted. Nado does now know that this is fairly all in the season probe count. Nice skim forward on top of all this. Those SUVs really standing immortal.
And CC stalkers coming in from kind of a weird angle. So instead of being stopped that's such a weird spot. Also the stalkers going back there.
Yeah. No second. Medevac might come. Yeah, it may have been a miss hotkey or something. With the medevacs, that's going to make this a lot better for
So Nado takes game 2.
Yep, tying up the series. I think one really important thing about that was the fact that the stim was finished on time for that fight.
Yeah, the stim certainly helped a lot.
Because I mean, stim bio versus pure stalker after that war without sniper, like that's just unfair.
It's Tails' pick. Tails' pick. Unless we just chose twice for some reason and he didn't like refute that. What?
I don't.
What?
I guys, we don't know what's being said in the chat. It's definitely like it's like the Roman alphabet, but we have no idea what it means.
Maybe smash the keyboard?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so Tails making his map choice right now. I think what the confusion was because a lot of Korean tournaments go
Gettysburg.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of Korean tournaments do the ABBA instead of ABAB.
Right, okay.
So maybe Nado just confirming that it is Tails' choice instead of his.
Okay.
New Gaddis, bro.
You know he's trying, right?
I do appreciate that they're not just speaking to each other in Korean, because then Like now we can at least give slight commentary on what's going on instead of being like, "Yep, that's those are some words. Some words are being said." Okay, Tails is ready. Nado, I'm assuming, is ready, but let's get the confirmation. Okay.
Okay, so our third map gonna be on New Gettysburg. So this was. I don't even have to ask you who do you think picked this. We know Tails picked it.
Yeah, we know Tails picked it. It can be an interesting map no matter the matchup. I'm trying to think of like what is the go to Protoss choice here?
Stargate.
Okay, Stargate.
That really depends who you ask, and like who they're playing against.
That's true.
Bottom left in the red, it's Nado.
Bottom right in the blue, we have Tails. What is that rally? Okay, just that's rallied for the scout. Never mind. But I thought we had something real crazy going on.
Really scout.
That is quite an early scout. We'll get across the map. I imagine it's not going to be fast.
I think it was possible to get there before Nado walls off. Pretty easy to wall off so quick.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Always
Is he
do
gonna get
it.
Oh yeah, because that's going down for its own scout. Okay. That would be way too early to be throwing down.
It would be, but there's nothing like more annoying than someone putting a billion in front of my pro.
That's true. It could be a good mind gaming thing, but I think most players are just going to opt to get the faster CC rather than throwing down a depot early.
Yeah, that's pretty much always the best choice. So we have the same build so far from Nado. Tails has not got an expansion, so he's going to tech up a bit quicker instead of getting the natural down a little earlier. Probably gotta be careful.
Are you going to get an eBay block? Or is he just standing here to block it manually? Looks like it's just going to be the body block.
Yeah, I don't think because if he was gonna eBay block, he would have been down already.
That's true. Ooh. That's a fairly early Twilight, one base Twilight.
Okay, so could be fast as possible. Dark Shrine.
Could be. Nado really diligent in his proxy hunt right now. After the past 2 games of having something proxied by his third base.
Things die so weird.
Yeah, they do. A lot of things just explode for no reason.
Yeah, like why was that SCV explosive?
Wasn't even carrying gas.
Like, anyway, bunker at the top of the ramp. That soccer definitely not gonna get in anytime soon. Tails going for a blink play.
Yep.
Is that the cyclone?
That is the Cyclone
What's it
lock.
called? Like magnetic something crazy or other?
Yeah, I can't
Ultra
remember.
mag field.
Mag field accelerator. That's it. Teamwork. That's it. That's an interesting response to this. So I feel like, so with the lock on, the Cyclones should be able to still target stalkers after they blink back. I think that's how it would work out.
As long as it's self.
Yeah, Okay, so it'd have to be like a much bigger blink attack than usual.
So that stalker killing the SCV immediately lets Nado know there's trouble on the way. So mission.
Yeah.
And you're not taking any chances. He has a second bunker right by the starport.
Even a third bunker.
This is a very interesting building setup. There's like a line between right where the starport is and just before the ramp. Now it's going to be blocked off by the second thing on the time. I thought it was going to.
I actually really like this because how do you utilize blink in this situation? You're gonna go up here and die. You're gonna go over here and die. Like
This is a very, very well defended Nado.
yeah, that is absolutely impenetrable.
Now, what Nails could do is go for the
It's a really good time warp.
this game a lot of hits on
8 kills already. And like stalkers are not cheap units. And that is held, so Nado. 2-1. Some really nice SimCity there. Playing SimCity 2000.
So, whenever players like basically do a really aggressive opening for this many games in a row, I just assume that they're hungry.
Okay, yeah, you can assume
So
they're
this
hungry.
is telling me that Tails is hungry.
Okay.
He wants this to be over fast.
What time is it in Korea?
I have no idea.
Are we near any meals? I think it's like 8:30 p.m.
Second dinner.
Oh, it's 10:40.
Oh, night or just before bed snack.
Yeah, I
Like,
suppose.
you should know what time it is there. Like you scheduled this.
I did schedule this, but I forgot when I scheduled it for. Okay, so
I think it's making it.
oh yeah, okay, I can just join off of. You can't do actually. Yep. Cool. Because we forced him to be friends with us earlier. Wait, what?
Frozen Temple. What? Tails is gone.
Yeah, apparently, oh,
Oh, is he? What? Is he?
Tails may have abandoned us. Well,
What?
Okay, so I mean, by the rules, Tails does have 10 minutes.
Alright, so we just hang out for 10 minutes. Oh, there he is.
Okay,
I don't
maybe he had
I
a
think we're
DC or
starting.
something. He may have had a DC, may have had a lobby bug, something like that.
Whatever. Whatever. Okay. So Tails needs to win the next 2 games.
Yes.
Wow, that ready with ellipses.
Passive aggressive. Or, a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people don't know the connotation that ellipses give you, right? Like, I find a lot of people just use them randomly.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Whenever I see it, I immediately think like whoever did it is pissed off or disappointed.
Or they're like leaving their thoughts out of the sentence.
Yes.
You know, when they do that, they like quote someone and they have ellipses all over the place, and you're like, wow, that's totally taken out of context, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go in the top left in the red, it's Nado.
Bottom right in the blue, we have Tails. I feel like, you know, maybe the reason that Tails didn't want to play this was just like, well, we're going to Frozen Temple. I'm gonna get 1/1/1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose my natural.
Nado actually changed build order this time. Saved them gas already. So this is likely going to be for a quick factory.
Yeah, seems like it. That's actually very quick double gas as well.
Get that gas.
Mm-hmm. And especially since this type of build usually goes with like both a cyclone and a siege tank, and sometimes like no, you almost always a liberator as well, right? And all those are very gassy units. That's assuming that this is going to be like the, you know, the contain build, 1/1/1 contain. There's no natural yet, which is a pretty big tell.
Tails is a no for sure if there's an expansion, but he might be suspicious of this Marine, why he wants that pro out so badly.
Yeah, and he also saw the fact that there is a factory already, so he doesn't know how many gases have been
I
taken.
can see that from there.
I believe so. I think I saw it. Yeah, he just barely saw the edge of it. So I mean, he may not have gotten a click, but he at least knows there's a second production building, and not necessarily a CC. He probably got a click. So still gonna follow through with the fairly quick nexus, but it's gonna be a little difficult to do this.
Did he at least come around front? Storm World would be pretty helpful here.
Oh, this is gonna be like a Widowmine drop?
No, it's gonna be a bit of my walking across the map.
Okay.
I think it's actually that okay. I wasn't serious. Sorry, it's weird when you say something. I think it's kind of dumb. And then start to say, no. I was joking when I said that.
This is a pretty committed one base play. Like look at the worker deficit for Nado. They're by almost 10 already, just because of the extra SCE production, extra pro production on Q-base. This drop's gonna have to do something.
Also, looks like very similar to this last name. We didn't get the natural recognition. Okay, so see, where am I that? Whoever is that. Anything else
So close to getting that stalker, but nice micro.
And back as we meet up with the rest of the army coming across the map. Here has the SCVs repaired. So this now effectively puts Tails at double now. These three SCVs are here repairing and building bunkers. They're not mining.
That's true. Very, very great point to make. So this does make it even more all-in than it already was. But with two siege tanks here and a liberator, as well as those these bunkers being made, Tails gets put in a pretty awkward position.
There are no pylons up front. Where are the pylons? They're north of the Nexus and stuff. Like, that's not going to be very helpful right now.
Yeah, so the usual overcharge play is just not going to work out. Now with that extra vision, the tanks are starting to hit both the pylon and the Nexus. And here we go, the contingent front Tails getting on top of the bunker before falling goes. Looks like this will... Oh, nice micro on the tanks. That is so good. This will be cleaned up, but that equalizes the work they're doing.
Just about, yeah. I was so all in. Nado didn't even want to play the rest of the game.
That's true. He was still on one base, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
And he didn't kill the natural, so okay.
Okay. We're going to game 5.
Game 5. So what map haven't we played?
Galactic?
That wasn't vetoed, right?
No, it was Apotheosis and Dasan.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to Galactic Process.
I'm just gonna invite myself.
Okay, me too, actually.
Okay, so here we are in Galactic Process, the final game of this single semi-final tournament. You know Tails wants to go. Just go.
Yeah, but I gotta wait for the confirmation. Okay, we're going.
Really?
Yep.
I'm a much worse host.
Well, it's just the accepted thing to do, right?
I don't know.
It's generally the accepted thing to do. You know, I've never understood. So we just had a 10-second countdown to get in, right?
Yeah.
Why do they have the 10-second countdown before the loading instead of after? Because as soon as the loading is done, you have to be ready, right?
No. I'm asking these questions.
So if you're not ready, then you miss your first worker and you're already behind.
No. Anyway, the bottom left probably wants to win this game. The red, it's Nado.
Top right, I bet he also probably wants to win this game.
Does he though? Apparently he's in another tournament.
That's true.
Whoa. Ask for dates.
Ask before dates. This could be something really interesting. Another dedicated one base play.
Let's see. It's just gonna be one pro.
I can't imagine you'd take gas this early and go one probe, right? Like, really? Okay, there we go. That's gonna be.
Well, you can taste it out.
Okay, so I guess this is to get that early gas income and not delay your Nexus too much. We'll be able to throw down the Cyber pretty much immediately, and then like start Warp Gate and get a Mothership Core and stuff like that.
I guess so. Or he's gonna go proxy something.
Yeah, or that. Or that.
Let's see. They'll both scout each other. Nado will have had the opportunity to click on the gas. And notice how exactly how much gas it's taking from Tails. This pro came back awfully early.
Yeah, just wanted to see the existence of that natural.
I guess it more than likely was going to be blocked over mains.
That's true.
Yeah. SCV hidden in the main base of the Protoss. That's pretty annoying.
Yeah, this could be a pretty good secondary scout to see what that gas is being used on. Where'd that probe go? Did it get picked off by the Reaper?
No, it actually went all the way back.
Oh, okay.
So, going Robo. I suppose he's just going to do mostly the same build, except a little bit faster, since he's going to be earlier cast. Yeah, the push is going to be a little bit faster.
And with an earlier Twilight as well.
Or, yeah, okay, so this is like, I guess, a pretty good.
Yeah, and you know, this is an incredible scout.
What? Where did that come from?
That is such a good scout. But at this point, yeah, Tails is just rolling with it. Like, it's completely scouted, but you kind of have to do it anyway, right? You can't commit that much time to make your Robo and your Twilight and not do anything with them. On the Reapers, even going to see the extra racks thrown, extra gates thrown down, I should say. So, Tails has all the info he needs. Nado has all the info he needs to defend Tails' attack. Tails is...
It could just be like Tails, right?
Yeah, Tails apostrophe, and there we go, master apostrophes.
Exactly.
I think Stim will definitely be ready by the time anything comes out from Tails, but is Tails still committing to this aggression? Or is he gonna... Oh yeah, you're enough to take a third, so looks like he's just gonna macro out of this.
So, yeah, because if I click anything, I can never get back to your vision. Anyway, I was just like looking at this observer. Oh, he actually is just pumping out observers all over the place. So we've got an observer right by the third. We have an observer in the main of Nado, and we have an observer that just came out and it's going west.
Wait, where's the one by... Oh, okay, by the third of Tails, okay. They're really prioritizing that map awareness.
Not at all I thought was going to be happening here. I thought we were going to be seeing a warp zone around. Blink being thrown out and going for a big... Another observer. It's 4 observers.
This is actually really cool. So Tails gets that attack scouted and decides, you know what? I'm just gonna pull back, defend, take a third,
yeah,
and make his.
He's going late game.
Like, yeah, double forge.
Double forge is like, I want to go real late, and probably it's just like, you know what? I'm better. I'm gonna beat you in the late game. There's nothing you can do about it. See me getting glaives.
Yeah, those double forge upgrades as well, and yeah, I guess just with this many observers out on the map, this is just trying to say like. You know, you're not going to kill me with drops. I'm going to see everything before it gets there. Same goes for this Liberator, which is going to go right past this Observer. Whoever does get signed. But Tails knows exactly what's going on with this Liberator.
This is more than enough units here. Like, Stalker's going to have to do it.
Ooh, medevac. Liberator is getting in position. There's no response yet, so at least 3 probes do go down there.
I'm on slightly not in the right spot. More Marines going to be down from this. I don't want more medevac. It's going to take a lot of spots per time. Less Liberator takes less medevac.
I think going for the medevac there was a bit too ambitious, though. Lost a lot of stock to pick that out. It'll still work out because of the defender's advantage, but did this get any more kills?
Check this out. Oh, it's a standoff between like
2 things that can't shoot each other.
Yeah. It's craziest battle we've ever seen. It's like that one commercial that we see in the winter with Canadian.
Oh yeah, okay, everyone's stuck in the snow not doing anything.
Okay, this is it.
Oh yeah, we have the pull. They are completely pulled. Is there anything mining at home? Mules? Okay, the main's still mining. this isn't quite as all in, but I don't quite understand the point of going half all in with this.
Like, if this half works, then like it is all. You don't mind to get bro getting kill. Where are the observers? There were, or there's one. You don't mind. Now, a lot more hours left. I think we're not done. We get funnel here. There's no way. Tails even gets to snipe one medevac.
Yeah, and Nado is just in a really awkward situation now. And he lost half his workers there. He's trying to continue to make this work. Do you pull the other half now? I just don't know.
I think stop that. What? At the very least, you gotta wait for your other units to group up the rest of your army.
Yeah, wait for the other units, and I suppose you gotta split up and do some drops, right?
Yeah, you want to harass, buy as much time as possible while you build up and move the crazy army. The other thing is, because Tails sniped with medevacs earlier, there are only 2 medevacs in this army currently.
With no energy.
Yeah, and both of them have, like, I think literally 0 energy. So, Tails is in a pretty good position here.
Yeah, looks like Tails actually wanted to blink under those medevacs for a second, but decides not to do it because of just too much bio here.
Okay, so there's like a quarter of the workers.
Okay, we got another pull.
But there's still mining going on.
Seems like a bit of indecision. Here we go, the stim down. SCV's tanking some shots, bio getting on top of the depths. I just think there might be too much here from Tails. Gonna continue to push in through here. Widowmite is in position, but the river comes back, so yeah, not even a shot off. And that's gonna be pushed back again, and I think that's just GG.
Workers. They got double deals, they're like, you know, they're not that good. As much as I make money.
I like the fact. Yeah, I like the fact that Tails is very, very patient with that, but then finally senses that he just has enough to blink on top of it, take it all out, and that means Tails is going on to the finals.